this is now very different. Let's try the tube screamer again. This is a little bit better now, I think. It has a, I think, interesting response now. There's something, I wouldn't say twangy, but something happening in the attack of the sound. And it also has a bit more width and warmth to it now. Before it was just very thin, and maybe it would have been the right thing for a mix, but I'm just searching for sounds that are going to inspire me to play now so I can record, you know, short videos for you guys. So. Hey, Dave Mustaine, what's up, my man? Help me dial in cool tones here. So what I'd like to hear now is more kind of, I'd like to get a bit more playing help from the lower frequencies. I don't know if that makes sense, but if there's a bottom to it and width, then that helps me play. And it's a weird thing to do, but I mean, that's a lot of times I think why people search for, you know, in the room sound, and just something that kind of drives the sound a little bit more. And it's not about adding lots of gain and you get that bright stuff. It's more of something, add a little, how do you say, a little oomph, something to it. So sometimes I go search for that in the compressor. So let's just for fun try to... Two-Faced. Oh, it's a new Linkin Park tune? That's awesome, man. So it's released now with a new singer? That's awesome. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, very cool, Dave Mustaine. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. I'm still messing a little bit with the attack here. I think we're getting somewhere here, but it's, I don't know, not quite there yet. So what I'm going to try to do now, and I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try to stack some distortions. But this is a bit cool now. This is a new sound for me. Okay, too much with the booster. So just one compressor will do, I think. So this is now a pretty complex, I think, attack now, because we have two distortion pedals and the compressor, and then we go into a distorted amp. Of course, we haven't really applied our magic weapon here, which is the EQ on the amp. So I'm gonna activate that. Okay, so I'm doing like a standard scooped kind of V EQ shape, which is more of a rhythm thing, so I'm not sure it's the right thing here, but let's see. I'm gonna try something totally different now. Maybe a non-symmetrical V shape. Pretty cool. Hey there, Frank. I have no idea who Trey or Fish is. Sibo, what's up, my man? So I'm doing my best here to find a new cool high gain sound. And if you've seen my previous videos where I do this, You know that I like to make it hard on myself, and I always reset the tone for every session. I don't know, it just bores me to, find your optimal sound and stick with that. I just try to find a new one on a daily basis. Hey there from Indonesia. What's up, Jaipeng? Galo, awesome to have you here, mate. Okay. This is pretty cool. It's a little bit, how do I say, flat. That's because we have lots of bass, I think. Basically, when you have lots of bass in your sound, it just creates like this low-end carpet. So the sound isn't quite as dynamic as it could be. Sorry, I don't know what Espresso song is. Super funky. Don't know what that is. That's super funky, just for you. Just kidding. Sorry, man. So what we can do... It's Your Life Song. What's that? Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, sorry, don't know any Sabrina Carpenter. Very sorry about that. Maybe you want some... I've heard Sabrina Carpenter loves that song. It's called Motor Breath by Metallica. Just kidding, of course. I'm a little bit stuck here. Let's go to the standard V shape and just tweak it a little bit. It's my life. Mike Stern licks, so some like jazzy bebop licks. I'm really bad at that, sorry. Okay, so we're getting somewhere, but it's still not that good. Maybe you guys have suggestions for me. Okay, that's better. A bit more tone from the tube screamer. Van Halen. I don't know any Van Halen. Oh yeah, I do that. Oh, I think I need to work on the setup on this guitar. My guitar are in need of some setup tweaking. Oh, pretty cool. So it's getting better, I think. Now it's a matter of finding the balance. There's a little bit too much distortion, but if I just pull the distortion away quickly, I lose some of that kind of attack and twang we've been working on. So it's a matter of finding how I can make it sound less high gain without destroying what we've built so far. I think there's a little bit too much treble in the mix somewhere. Two Screamer. Yeah, it's a special pedal. Most people just use it as a, mid-range push when they're playing like high gain, kind of big rhythm sounds. But I found a lot of other usage for it as well. But, it is what it is. It doesn't always work. Right now, I'm stacking two distortions, both the Two Screamer and the Friedman. But it's pretty cool. Okay, so I've done one of those really stupid things. I've been tweaking the EQ, graphic EQ on the amp, I think, but without having it engaged. That's really embarrassing. But it's engaged now, so let's try it some more. Cool, we got my man Fred here. From the wet cornfields, I like it. Southern Indiana. Pretty cool. Oof. A clone pedal. I would love that. I don't have one though. I don't know. I guess this is okay. It's not really blowing my mind yet. So I think it's a pretty cool attack, and it's got some character and oomph to it. But there's something about it's just very in your face still, a bit too present. I think maybe we're going to work more on the reverb and delay now to kind of place it sort of in the room in a good way. Johnny, so the speakers, if you're speaking about the guitar speaker, this is like I think it's called Celestion Custom 90 in the Mesa Boogie amp. But you're not hearing that now. You're hearing a cabinet simulator via more radar. And then I really like that pedal. It's the one I use for all my live streams and even short videos. So it's pretty much always what you're hearing. I could tweak the speakers, but I've really tweaked this one to be a super in the room kind of sound. So you can, if I change the cabinet simulator, the speaker simulator, you're going to hear a huge difference now, and I think it's going to be to the worst. It's going to get really bright. So yeah, this is really bright. It's not really what I'm going for now. So I'm going to go back to the one I was using. This gives me a very good kind of in the room sound, and then I can sort of work on the rest of the change. Johnny, good question. Am I looking for a rock tone or metal? I couldn't tell you. I'm always looking for something that is going to inspire me to play something that I've never played before. And so I always want something new in my sound. And that's why I often get the question, why do I need all those pedals? Why do you need them when you have such a cool amp? Well, I don't need them. I mean, the amp sounds great on its own, but I have more options with the pedals. And so, I'll just experiment. I'll turn the pedal off. I turn the pedal on. I do everything. And these are tools to create something like a vision that is still very far away, but I'm working on it all the time. Oh, Sultans of Swing. Ouchie. Isn't it something like that? I don't know. I don't know any Dokken. George Lynch. I do a little bit of this vibrato. I think he does that quite a bit. At least that's the comment I get all the time. Your vibrato sounds like George Lynch. Okay, this is interesting. I tweaked the compressor a little bit. Pretty nice. So I got rid of a little bit of the brightness that I didn't like, and I improved the attack of the sound. So what I could do now is try to add brightness somewhere else to kind of compensate for that. And maybe I'll kind of get away with both improved attack and the right type of brightness. So where are we going to pull it up? That's not the right place to do it. Let's try it down here. Ooh. Cool, but that was... I just moved the knob a few millimeters and made a huge difference. Ooh, Hello Kitty pedal. I'd love to have it, man. Tony, what's up? Welcome. So this sounds pretty... It's getting better, definitely. Yeah, so I still like something more in the low end here to kind of help me play. I don't know what that would be. I could try the EQ pedal. So I have this EQ pedal here. Ouch! Damn it. This EQ pedal. I think I messed the setup up now. I worked so hard to have this mic to be where I wanted it. Come on. The guy on me now. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm not sure this is gonna work, but let's try it. It did work okay. I don't know if you can hear this. So what I did, and this is a questionable technique, but yeah, it seems to work here. It's to really boost the frequencies you generally don't want. So I'm boosting like 30 hertz and 62 hertz. So those are typically the ones you remove from the mix. But since I'm introducing these frequencies so early on in the chain, it's right after the guitar. What that does, it basically adds lots of really loud frequencies that you really can't hear. So the effect is like more compression. It's more fuzzy. So I think that's the way you kind of, if you want to do a fuzz pedal, you're kind of boosting the low end and just totally hitting the diodes or whatever is producing the gain. I don't know that stuff. So that you get this thick kind of compressed sound. And I'm doing a little bit of that here. I can compare when I'm without it. So it does something that's hard to hear, but you can feel it when you play. It helps you a little bit. Du Deutsch mein? Nein, ich spreche nicht Deutsch. Ich bin von Schweden. So I'm Swedish, not German. Pinch, we can pinch. Is this going through MusicSoft like Logic? No, nothing like that. It's only getting to you via a cabinet simulator. I'm using Radar More. I don't know how you call that, what the brand name. So let's see. You had a Gibson Studio. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a Gibson LPJ. It's a great guitar. Delay into reverb and you should be good. Cool, Frank. I have that set up here. I might get to it, but I'd like to cheat a little bit more and really get that low end going. Just a second. Okay, so you guys like the sound now. You just want me to add some reverb and delay. I wanna see if I can fix this low end thing. Okay, this is good. Now I increase the boost all the way to 1 kilohertz. So it's a kind of soft boost. Maybe if you zoom in on the screen, you can see it here. Now it's not as extreme with the 30 and 62 hertz. But you should hear a difference now, okay? So without it, with it, that's the kind of thing that can really help you with a... If I, you know, without it... I don't know, there's just something about that makes it a little bit more playable. The noise suppressor, yeah, that's... yeah, this is a Boss Digital Delay DD3. This is a noise suppressor, and this is just a tuner. The Tube Screamer may be removing some low end. Yes, good point. But I have set the tone on the Tube Screamer to like 9 o'clock, so it's almost down. We can do that. We can try removing the low end in the beginning of the chain. So this is the Tube Screamer with the tone all the way to 0, which should leave as much low end as possible, but it could still, you know, yeah. If I disengage it, yeah, there's a little bit more, but it's not a huge difference. And if I disengage it, we lose some of the cool kind of crunchy attack. So I want the Tube Screamer, but I'll try to have it with the tone all the way down according to your suggestion, and then introduce the EQ and see what happens. I think I'll dial the tone back. Yeah, well, we can compromise actually there. Yeah, so I'll turn down the tone a little bit thanks to your suggestion there. Let's see what you guys are saying. Touch of chorus or flanger. So I only have a chorus here. I don't like it for high gain. I don't like the Zakk Wylde thing. I mean, I like him, but I don't want that sound. We can try it, but it never works well, I think. I don't know. Sounds horrible to me. Maybe it's just me that's bad at tweaking it. I usually use it for my clean sounds, especially if there are like chord voicings that are hard to get in tune, basically, because guitars have intonation problems, basically. Oh, Will Smith sounded just right at like 8. Yeah, exactly. That's where I set it now, I think. Something like that. So this is pretty nice now, I think. I couldn't help myself but remove some of the typical culprits in terms of like harsh brightness. So that's around the 2 and 4 kilohertz is usually where it can sound a little too bright in a bad way, like it's nasal, it's harsh. The Scotty dog. What did I try? Sorry, mate. Did you request? How about a touch? Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that the chorus flanger thing is probably on my end, and I'm not sure my little angel wing pedal can do the sound justice for high gain. Maybe there's a different chorus pedal that could do a better job. I also have the TC Electronic Flashback Corona, but I don't like those. I don't like that series at all. I mean, it's super handy with the way you can connect it, but I don't like the sounds. So this one is okay for clean sounds. It's a cheap pedal, you know, the Angel Wing, the blue one. But the good thing is we haven't even arrived to the reverb and delay yet. So everything we're hearing is just with a very generic reverb and no delay. So we still have some obvious room for improvement here. Maester Magister. So you think I should have a fuzz? Yeah, at some point I'm probably going to get myself one. I often find myself getting fuzzy sounds, you know, again, if I boost the low end early on, then I can get fuzzy, but it's not, I guess it's not sounding like a classic fuzz pedal. Okay, so the reverb is this, right? So here you can hear a bit exaggerated the reverb I'm using. So this is called Cloud, and I'm using the Strymon Big Sky. It's the cloud setting. Let's try. This is Shimmer. And this is Swell. I think the Shimmer has some potential here. pre-delay now so that the delay or the reverb isn't interfering as much with the attack of the notes. I think this is a little bit too much. So we could combine this with the delay and see what happens. Oh, Frank, you think a spring or a plate? Yeah, plate maybe. I'm not a big fan of spring reverb for this kind of high gain. It's worth testing though. The question is if I can. I'll just skip the settings. I'll get back to them later on. So this is a spring reverb. Yeah, it's okay. Actually, this is pretty good. Thank you for the suggestion, Frank. Yeah, we should go for that. Frank, you're the man. I think it has a pretty good decay now. It feels natural. I wonder what's going to happen if we add some delay on top of this. I think I'm going to save this preset. I think it turned out to be cool. Cool. So I have saved it. Maybe some more feedback on this. Pretty cool. I mean, this is pretty awesome. Let's try this with a backing track of some kind. Levels are a little tricky now. Let's grab a backing track from the computer instead. So I think the sound I've dialed in isn't really optimal for fitting in the mix. It's more of like a playability sound in the room, you know. You want to be inspired and just jam away. However, that doesn't really matter here, since these loops that I've done are kind of open, and you don't have a lot of competition for the different frequencies. It's not like a full band thing. So it's in D minor. Pretty nice. Let's fix the levels. sounds a little bit dry now. And now it's too wet. Thank you, Nestor, for digging it. Big reverb with slow arpeggios. Yeah, true. The slower you play, basically, the more you can have a big time-based effect. Cool, Hayata. You like the tone. Awesome. Meister. I look like Swedish. I'm not sure I look like Swedish. I'm half Greek, but I am Swedish. Half Swedish, half Greek. Okay. The Fenders don't do that sound. You can make a Fender do a similar sound, but this, I would agree, yeah, this is definitely dialed in for like high gain Les Paul sound. The bent vibrato with the index finger is a little bit challenging. Bruno, what's up? Thank you, Frank. Almost Fripp-like tone. Ouch. Marseille, comment vas-tu, mec? No, I'm a crappy bass player. So what do you guys think? Is it too much reverb and delay now? Does it sound, you know, too much like I'm playing on a mountaintop or something? Whoops. The setting I'm using on the guitar now is the bridge, the neck pickup, and I've rolled down the tone to like midway, and that's how I get that really kind of creamy, I don't know, woman tone or something. Elia, yeah, this is a Gibson Les Paul Junior, so it's a kind of low-end Gibson. I can remove this one now. I don't think we're gonna tweak that much more. Ouchie. You need to find your way back after that. Play Def Leppard, sorry, don't know any. Frank, you don't play much above the 10th fret. Yeah, I like to spend lots of time above the 10th fret. The question is, are we happy with this sound now? I think it's pretty good. I mean, if I turn all the effects, time-based effects off, you can really just listen to it. It has a lot of oomph in the attacks if I do it. Maybe not your ideal riffing sound, I don't know. It has a lot of stuff going on in the attack. I like that. It has good sustain, so I think this is a keeper. Oh, the money end of the neck. Yeah, it's true. You don't make a lot of money. But if you're like most people, it doesn't really matter where you play on the guitar. No money anyway. Blossom, what's up? Bruno, you like it? Awesome. Careless Whisper. Sorry, I don't know it. I'm just going through the pedals and checking what they're adding. Or maybe I'm going to add so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So definitely some oomph coming from the tube screamer there. And if I disengage the Friedman... this is interesting. So it gets louder. Yeah, it distorts it. And that's because I'm pulling down the volume with the Friedman. So I'm turning down the volume, but I'm also changing the character of the sound quite a bit. So if I engage it... This pedal is my newest addition, the Friedman. It's really growing on me. In the beginning, I couldn't make it work for anything at all. It's like, what am I going to do with this pedal? But now, just a few days ago, I dialed in a cool bluesy, kind of modern bluesy tone with it. And now it seems to do a pretty good job in like gain stacking as well. So the compressor. So this isn't really ideal. I don't know. I've kind of not on purpose. It's boosting the signal quite a bit, but I guess it's okay. It's just hard to compare with it on and off because it sounds so bad when there is no level here. Typically, you would maybe set the volume so that when you turn it on and off, there isn't a huge bump in volume. That way it's easier to hear what the compressor is adding. No piano. Je ne joue pas du piano ou la batterie. So no drums or piano. Well, just a little bit of I have a MIDI keyboard, but I suck at it. And drums, I'd like to get myself just like a basic drum kit, just a kick and a snare and a hi-hat at some point. Haven't gotten to it yet. Can't stop. Did it? I don't remember. Okay, so I think this sound I'm probably gonna digest it until tomorrow, and if I like it tomorrow, I'll be recording hopefully a bunch of shorts with this sound. And usually I get my inspiration, it usually starts with a sound, right? And if I have the right sound, then that gets me playing and I come up with ideas. And you guys seem to appreciate those shorts, so thank you very much for that. Cliffs of Dover. Whew, I don't know that, but do a little bit of... Metallica game. What's that? Oh, play Metallica. Sweet Child of Mine. We can do that with this tone. Breaking the law, breaking the law. What's that? No, I don't know any Creed, sorry man. Technical difficulties, no. I know the first notes there, right? I don't know, something like that. Never learned that. So those of you who are new here, I should probably clarify that I haven't played cover songs for like 20 years, so the little stuff I remember... Bruno, have a good one, see ya. The little stuff I remember is from a very long time ago. So I usually just play my own stuff and I jam and, you know, I just want to be creative and not so much borrow anymore from other people. And if you play a lot of songs that other people have written, then you end up just borrowing from everybody. Ozzy. Oh, maybe you want to see the guitar. There we go. I think I played more Pantera than Ozzy there. B.B. King. Ooh, wrong sound for that. Exactly. I like being more a creator. I mean, we all have to start copying. We all have to start somewhere, right? So, you know, we can't write a book before we learn to speak or learn to write. And the way we do that is we listen to other people who speak and we learn to speak when we're kids. You know, it's the same thing with the guitar. But when you've been playing for a long time, it just isn't as challenging or intriguing to just copy other people's style. So yeah, that's a good statement. I agree with that. No Metal Zone, that's true. Alice in Chains, sorry, I don't know. And we do B.B. King. How much? That's considering the amount of gain we have, we still can, just with the volume knob, control the gain quite a bit, I would say. That's the good thing when you play analog, usually you can do that. And I do have a compressor in the chain now, that without it, it would probably be easier to... Whoops. So if I turn the gain back up, that's pretty cool. Just the dynamic spectrum here, I think, is pretty good. Thank you, Luca. Thanks for digging the tone. But when I play the chords down here, it's almost a little bit too bass heavy. And that's to be expected, because we pretty much optimized this for lead playing now. And of course, again, you know, if you're recording over track in the studio and you find yourself having too much low end when recording the solo, then you're going to have an issue, probably. But here, that's not of concern. We're just looking for a super playable and inspirational sound. Yeah, Jason, this is an LPJ, so Les Paul Studio Junior, I think is what they call it. See if we can find another jam track here, perhaps. What's up? Tornado of Souls. Man, I haven't played in a long time. Also, I think a pretty good sign that we've done a good job here is the fact that sometimes when you dial in these high gate tones, they sound really good, but when you play them for 1 minute, you get tired of them because all the notes are the same, right? You've basically killed all dynamics. And although we have a lot of gain here, I've been a bit careful to still, just the fact that I can turn down the volume and get this fairly clean sound, that's a good indication we have some dynamic room left. No, I don't know issue here. Oh, 58 Les Paul Jr. That sounds like fun. This is inspirational. So this is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm tweaking tones. I just want something that makes me want to play. That's all I'm looking for. I don't even care if this is going to fit in a mix. It's not what I'm doing right now. I'm playing, I'm jamming, I'm having fun. And when I'm jamming, I can always just adjust the backing track a little bit, and it should work if it's not extremely on the bass-heavy sound. But I do find that a lot of the stuff I'm working with here has pretty good high end that kind of cuts through. So again, if you don't completely mess up with on the low end side of things, you run a good chance of cutting through. But it's not my main priority here. I'm just searching for something that is going to respond to my picking and that is going to be a little bit helpful when playing faster lines. And that's why I spent some extra time getting the low end exactly where I wanted it. And just that has certain, I wouldn't call it twang because we have a high gain sound here, but some oomph, if that's a word. So yeah, I think we got it. Cool, guys. So I'm going to thank you for this amazing session. I always start out being a bit unsure what the hell I'm going to do. It's like, oh man, this sounds so bad. Am I ever going to make this sound good? But then, step by step, you get into something and it works a little bit better and a little bit better. And I got some very good suggestions from you guys, especially there to try the spring reverb. That was totally right. Although I find myself not grabbing for the spring reverb for high gain tones, but I think that's a mistake. I should do that more often. Yeah, you've been absolutely fantastic. So I hope to meet you again. You're the best, and I'm Christopher Dahl. Have a good one. See ya. Cheers.